Hi everyone, so today I'm going to talk about something very exciting. If you don't already know, I am a huge fragrance aficionado. One of my prior experiences, I was a fragrance expert in Sephora. So a fragrance expert in Sephora, what that means in a nutshell is that, I learned the ins and outs of how a fragrance is composed. I could talk about notes, product history, etc. But aside from that, I really liked collecting fragrances. Unfortunately, when I moved from New York City to Honolulu, I kind of had to forfeit a majority of my fragrance collection. So I was really sad about that. So in my past experience with Sephora, there was a lot of fragrances that were not there. But nowadays, I feel like I expanded my roster of my fragrance knowledge. So recently I ordered this. This is the Montale Paris Discovery Collection. Montale has been on my radar for a long time because I feel like the bottle's really captured my attention. It may not be like the best looking thing out there, but it really captured my attention because it just stands out. So just to show you what it looks like, this is what it looks like. These are bigger than your standard fragrance samples. So just for reference, this is how big it looks in my hand. It's slightly bigger than the free fragrance samples you get from retailers. And I tested out some last night and there were some surprising things that I really enjoyed and loved and would wear out. And all the information is here. Ooh. So one of the ones that stood out to me, which is one that I'm really interested in, is Arabian's Tonka. So this one, Arabian's Tonka, you can't really see it, but it's this one. So I read a lot of reviews online, and the one thing you can't really capture from reviews is the way a fragrance smells. This kind of has like a warm vanilla scent to it with a oud finish. So it's kind of similar, but not the same to some other popular ones out there. So it's kind of giving me a little bit of Tom Ford, a little bit of Julia Has a Gun, and a little bit of Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory from La Fata. So if you like vanilla and you like oud, you're gonna really like this one. If you don't like oud, you might not like this at all. So the next one I tried out was Oud Amazing. So normally I don't like fragrances like this, but something about this has a wearability factor to it. Meaning that it has kind of that deep oud finish, but it doesn't have the aggressiveness of an oud fragrance, if you know. So it has a slightly more cleaner finish. It's kind of similar to the finish of Tom Ford's Leather Ombre, I think that's the name of it. So with Oud Amazing, you're gonna get fig, vanilla, iris, and oud. It's a floral gourmand, oud. I think that's what's really kind of complementing it. So it has more of the fruitiness because it's talking about pear and fig and the powdery iris and vanilla. So there's that. Another one I tried last night was Starry Night. So this sounds like something I would wear, but after wearing it, it's not my type of fragrance. I don't hate it, but it's very masculine. So if you're into the classic kind of men's fragrance, this one is for you. Again, Starry Night. So the reason why it gives off more masculine fragrance is the notes of patchouli that's attached to it. So the Starry Night over here, you're gonna get notes of bergamot, patchouli, and amber. So patchouli kind of gives that peppery kind of finish. So if you have used classic Eau Sauvage, not to be confused with Sauvage, but the Eau Sauvage, I want to say Eau de Parfum or Eau de Toilette. I want to say Eau de Toilette, like the one in the silver white kind of casing. It's kind of similar to that. I don't even think they sell that anymore. Now let's try some of the other ones I haven't tried last night. Rose's Musk. This has rose, white musk, and vanilla. Just from the sound of that, it sounds very feminine. It's cute. Okay, I like that one. So Rose's Musk is very nice. So you could play it off like a little bit of a unisex kind of rose fragrance. I like a lot of rose-based fragrances, so this one kind of gives something similar to Roses de Chloe from Chloe. Next, we have Intense Cafe. So Intense Cafe is a floral gourmand. It's a floral gourmand. It has rose, coffee bean, and vanilla. Just from the description, it's not what I was expecting. So Intense Cafe is actually not intense at all. But let me spray it on something on its own. So Intense Cafe, regardless of the name itself, it's actually very different than what I was thinking it would smell like. So Again, rose, coffee bean, and vanilla. It kind of reminds me more of the Atelier Cologne Vanilla Intense. So for vanilla lovers, you might actually like this one a lot. Okay, next up. Sensual Instinct. This has coffee, rose, and praline. It's a floral gourmand. I don't know if showing this really helps out. That's actually very nice. Sensual Instinct. So it's a kind of like a darker rose fragrance. It reminds me of Juliet Has a Gun's, I want to say Lady Temptation. Sorry, Lady Vengeance. So it reminds me of Juliet Has a Gun's Lady Vengeance. So it's kind of around that same family. You know, it kind of has a very like edgy, feminine, sexy vibe to it. Not fragrances that I normally wear because they tend to make me sneeze, but surprisingly, everything I smelled so far has not made me sneeze. So I'm really happy about that. All right, and the last one I'm gonna try out is called Daydreams. This is a fruity floral gourmand fragrance that has notes of orange blossom, mandarin, tiare flower, and vanilla. This one's really nice too. I'm actually super surprised. So before I continue, so I kind of bought the set with the idea that I might not like most of these fragrances because honestly, just from the visual point of view, it kind of looks like they would all be like very dark, smell like burning wood or something like that. So I'm actually very surprised, and I was actually having a conversation with someone online on Threads, and they just didn't like it or think it was complex, but I'm gonna think a little bit differently. You know, everyone has a different palette for fragrances. And Montale Paris definitely kind of hit me on the good side. So I feel like I smell really good. I don't feel like I smell like too much. So I am definitely going to invest in them in the future. I'm really excited to have this kit, so I'm going to try it out on the field to see other people's reactions on how they feel about these fragrances. So to end this off, the one that I really want to invest in, that I really want from this collection is Arabian Tonka. So because it just smells like money, and I like that. Not like actual money, but it smells like I'm coming from money.